Alright guys, I'm back for part 3 of our video series on domain and range, and we had gotten to number 5 on our notes. Again, hopefully you were able to get a copy of the notes. If not, I just hope you're paying attention so that you can really pull all this in. So we're continuing with continuous graph number 5. So just to review, domain is all of my x values, range is all of my y values. So domain goes from leftmost to rightmost point. So my leftmost point is here, my rightmost point is here. Okay. If you really pay attention, you can see that these waves, because that's what this is I believe a sine wave, are going to continue going, and they're going to kind of go at an angle. Same for here, that's not going to make a straight line. So it's going to go up and to the left, which is negative infinity for left, down and to the right, which is positive infinity. So my domain is going to include negative infinity less than x less than positive infinity, or all real numbers. My range, my lowest point is going to be negative infinity because of those arrows. Highest point is going to be positive infinity because of those arrows. So again, all real numbers. Is this a function? Yes. Why? Because it passes the vertical line test. Okay, number 7. So again, domain is all my x values, range is all of my y values. So my leftmost point is going to be right here. So that point's at negative 1, negative 2, comma 1. And my rightmost point is here, which is the arrow, which we know is positive infinity. So my domain this time is going to go from negative 2, because it's the x value. That's a closed circle. There was no gap or open circle there. So less than or equal to x. And then we can only be less than with infinity. So to positive infinity. So x is greater than or equal to negative 2, but less than infinity. So we're including all that space between negative 2 and infinity. Right, my range. So what's my lowest point? Well, my lowest point here is going to be negative infinity, because this is going to keep going down forever. That's going to keep going up forever. So I'm going to have a negative infinity, positive infinity scenario here. So all real numbers. Negative infinity, less than y, less than infinity. Is this a function? No. Does not pass the vertical line test. Number 6, we're going to look at a function that is, or relation rather, that is shaped like a triangle. So again, domain is all my x values, range is all my y values. So my leftmost point is going to be right here, and my rightmost point is going to be right here. So it's at negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, 4. And my rightmost point is at positive 3 and positive 4. I'm sorry, positive 3. That should have been negative 3, negative 4. Negative 3, negative 4. Positive 3, negative 4. All right. So my domain, again, we're just focused on x values, goes between negative 3 and positive 3. So negative 3, positive 3. And then what symbol do I need? There were no breaks or open circles on the triangle, so less than or equal to. For my range, my lowest point is, again, these same 2 points, and then my highest point is going to be right here. So that's at negative 1, negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 2, comma 4. So my lowest point, now we're focusing on the y values. My lowest point is negative 4. My highest point is positive 4. No open circles, no breaks, less than or equal to. Is this a function? Nope, doesn't pass the vertical line test. I think maybe these are our last 2 on the notes, on the foldable notes, then we're going to look at some more. So when I look at this one, when I look at my domain, all of my x values. I don't really have a range of x values. My leftmost point and my rightmost point are the same thing. Okay, so this is domain, so we are going to use x, but this time we're just going to say x is positive 2. X equals 2. My range goes from arrow to arrow, so all real numbers. And again, you can just write out the words all real numbers. Okay, so these are like special cases, vertical and horizontal lines. Is it a function? No, the vertical line does not pass the vertical line test. Number 9, domain, leftmost, rightmost, all real numbers. Negative infinity, less than x, less than infinity, all real numbers. Okay, range, my range is going to be like the domain was in the previous one. So what's my lowest point? It's right here. What's my highest point? It's also right here. So I'm just going to say y is negative 3. Is this one a function? Yes, it does pass the vertical line test. Alright, so let's kick it up a notch. So let's look at a couple more examples. And these we have actually taken off of previous quizzes, tests, and TN-Ready practices. So let's start with this one. Example number 1. First thing you're going to notice, hopefully, is that those are closed circles. These are the first ones we've looked at that have an actual filled-in circle. So, domain, leftmost to rightmost. This is my leftmost point right here. So that point is at 2, 5. And my rightmost point is at 9, 7. Okay, so again, we only worry about the x value. So I've got 2 and I've got 9. I'm going to put 2 here and 9 here. Those are both closed circles, less than or equal to. So 2 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 9, or x is between and including 2 and 9. Alright, for my y values, this right here is going to be my lowest point. This right here is going to be my highest point. So this point's kind of in the middle. It's about 3.5, 2, because it is exactly touching the y-axis. And we're really only worried about the y. This point right here is at, 4.75, 10. So again, we're only worried about the y values. So 2, 10. These are considered closed circles because there's no break in that graph, so less than or equal to, less than or equal to. Alright, here's another one. So this one you'll notice has a closed circle and an open circle. So nice example for us. So what is my leftmost point? It's going to be this closed circle right here. So that's at -3, -5. And my rightmost point right here is at 2, 0, over 2 up 0. So for my domain, which is all of my x values, I'm going to go from -3 to +2. And then when I write my symbols, closed circle is less than or equal to. Open circle is less than, because that means that we don't actually include the point 2. That line goes right up until 2 and then stops somewhere before it hits 2. For my range, my lowest point is again right here. So I'm going to look at this -5. But my highest point is this one. Okay, so my highest point's at 0, 4. So then I need the 4. Okay, my lowest point involves a closed circle, less than or equal to. My highest point is also a closed circle, less than or equal to. So y is including in between -5 down here and +4 up here. just trying to pick some that we haven't done. Let's look at one like this. All right. So again, what is my leftmost point for the domain? Well, this point right here with the arrow is going down and also to the left. And that means it's going to negative infinity. So negative infinity, we can't be equal to it, so less than x. What's my rightmost point? It's right here. And that's at 5, 2. So 5 goes here. It is a closed circle, less than or equal to. So x is somewhere between negative infinity and 5. For my range, again, I'm going to use this point down here, which is negative infinity, because that's my lowest point, less than y. And what's my highest point? It's again this same point here. So I'm going to use the y coordinate this time, which is 2, and it's a closed circle. So for the range, it's between negative infinity and positive 2. Right? I'm going to pick one more to do. We've already done one like this, so we're going to do this one. And then you guys will work on the rest of the assignments attached to this. Okay? So for this one, we're going to start with what's my leftmost point. So again, it's going to be here. It's not a straight line. It's, if you look at it, slanted, so it's going down and also to the left. This one's going down and to the right. So that's also going to be my rightmost point. So left is negative infinity, right is positive infinity. And we use less than. So all real numbers. Right? For my range, my lowest point is going to be these, which are going down forever, which is negative infinity. My highest point is going to be these right here. Right? So I can see that those match up to the y-axis at 10, and that is a closed circle, so it's less than or equal to. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me or send me a remind message. Remember, you can also always hit me up during my office hours on Thursdays. And that Zoom code was posted in an earlier session. I can add it again later if you guys need to see it, or just email me if you want to set up private sessions. Have a great day and a great weekend if you're watching this on Friday.